What's up?
What up? What up?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, I've not been preparing for this show properly.
Well, there's a reason for that. We got to get people in here first, but we'll talk about it.
But I need pillows. I'll be right back. I'm very
Okay. Um, Hello, everybody that joins us. Let us know that you're here. I'll go ahead with a disclaimer. So hopefully people start. Yeah. Hey, hi. Hey, how are you doing? Okay. So we're going to continue a conversation I started on Instagram just a moment ago.
Hey, Gal.
So it's about that time. You are about to get highly educated with the Canvas Closet podcast with Canna Queen and MJ. This is an adult content show with no limitations on subject, language, or actions. Opinions, views, and expressions may or may not be that of the hosts, their guests, and their subsidiaries. If you aren't sure, don't worry. We will tell you, or you could just take a good look at our faces. It's time to get this session started. Thanks for rolling up and showing up, and enjoy the show. And please note, we're not medical professionals, nor are we attorneys. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Oh, we got some people in the comments if you're here.
Yeah, say hello. We want to get this party started.
What's going on today?
Not a lot. We have some stuff to talk about. What's up next? How you doing? I got we got some stuff to talk about. We got some stuff up on the website, so we could chat about that. We have a new little, maybe a couple little segments we might want to what's up, Chris? We might want to introduce a couple of new segments.
Well, maybe we should do a poll on that. What do y'all want to hear?
And then we have the Stoner Gifts for 2022, a couple of lists, and then maybe some headlines if we have time today. I would like to, on Wednesday, I'm gonna be reaching out to I'll be reaching out to our Missouri folks, and I would like to get an update on what's going on because literally just saw an article the other day that like 25 people are qualifying for this expungement thing or something like that.
Some silly numbers,
some like silly low number.
Years, like maybe I'm being generous with 600 people spread out over 3 years to that even just qualify to petition for expungement, and then only a certain percentage of those are actually going to probably receive this. So
yes.
So where are these hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be helped? I'm not sure how.
Yeah, it's a hella low number. It's a hella low number. It's ridiculous. I can't even and and there's a couple of things that we've been seeing coming out of Missouri with these new discussions and everything. With the micro licenses, with the expungement, with the allowances for citizens, things like that. So yeah, I'm going to be reaching out just to let y'all know and try to get them this Wednesday, but if not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, to talk about what's going on in Missouri. Because I think that a lot of people feel like they were lied to. And you in fact were.
I want to know, I mean, you don't have to tell me you voted yes, but it's like, do you feel after this happened, like that this is what is best for, your state? And when we say, oh, it's so easy to get things changed, who's doing that change? So we know people that have already started working on wanting change, and they want to change before it even got voted in.
Mm-hmm.
So how do those conversations start?
I mean, we literally
present. Yeah.
just talked about how it's taking over 10 years to change things in like Washington
In
State.
Washington State, and things that are quick for those that want it to be quick to be changed, it'll be changed quickly. But when
Yep.
it comes to benefiting, everybody, not so quick to change. We've seen it in Colorado where the things that were quick to change were things that did not benefit the patients. Things that got voted in weren't even run by, unless you get the stakeholder emails, you don't know, right?
Yep.
Unless you're vigilant and paying attention. And that's the thing, is like, with me, with Colorado, I'm like, you know what? We all got complacent. We got super complacent, and we're like, yeah, look how great we have it as medical patients. Woohoo. And then we're like, yay, let's bring in adult use because it's going to be great for everybody. And then medical patients are like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to get my card because now I have access. And then 2 years later, they're like, I'm paying a lot of money. Where's my medical clinics? Where's my medical dispensaries? Well, they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
So that's what I'm angry about today.
What is MJ angry about today? That's what she's angry about today. I have something to be angry about today too, but first I want to talk about how you scared the absolute fuck out of me on Saturday.
So this is a question for everybody. If you're PLP, or your spouse or your best friend or your son or daughter or child gets into an accident, do you want to be on the phone with them while they're in the accident? Do you want an immediate call if they're in an ambulance? Or do you want to hear from them once all the bullshit has been subsided and you're still alive, and then they can hear about it? So
I want immediate and in-depth coverage.
That's a sister said immediate, even though she was not a fan of being on the phone with me during car accidents. So
I want immediate and in-depth coverage, but I don't want to see the pictures.
So Saturday, it was a lovely powder day, and for those that don't know me that well or don't follow my stuff, because I only started posting recently, is that I do snowboard. It's what brought me out here to Colorado. I started snowboarding many years ago when I was a lot younger, while I still lived in Florida. And then
wait. You traveled to snowboard?
Yeah, well, I mean, I lived in Florida and traveled.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah. Well, because there was this one time when I was in Japan and I visited this indoor snow park. Snowboarded.
Yes, they do have those. Actually, I want to say they tried to do a ski hill in Florida, but they weren't going to do it indoor. They were going to blow. I was like, I was like, y'all just stop it. Do not go to that. Any of my friends that say they're going to go to this man-made snow hill in Florida, just stop. Just come see me and don't waste your money on that. So my passion for snowboarding started back in my 20s. Moved out here for the cannabis industry, and then it all just kind of fell together. I was able to move up to the mountains after being in the city for a year, and then I'd stay on the phone the whole time. So I've been just, I take more chances now that I feel more comfortable riding. And yesterday was I was out with a friend, and
Saturday.
Everything was great. And she was like, can we do this? And I said, sure. And she's like, will you give me some pointers? I said, sure. And so I gave her all the pointers. And one of the main pointers is, do not look where you do not want to go. If you want to go somewhere, look where you want to go. It's the basic rule for anything. Like if you are doing gymnastics, you know where you want to land. If you're a wakeboarder and you're jumping, and then know where you're landing, whatever. Do not look at where you do not want to go. So doing great. Get to this last little part of the hill, and I'm standing there and I pick my line, and I see a bad line, and I see it, and I was like, but there's not really, I have options, right? So I'm like, I'm going to take this option. Well, that option was great until I still hit some ice and went careening into a tree that I looked directly at that I didn't want to hit. And so
so she Marco Polo's me and says, don't freak out. Like you're like strapped to the thing because the ski patrol has gotten you
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Don't freak out. I ran into a tree. I was like, what? What do you mean don't freak out?
I said, don't freak out, but you're gonna freak out. And I should have just group Marco'd all of y'all, all you bitches. Like,
Yeah.
like Marla's like, you gotta text me. I was like, I could barely use my fingers to text, but I could hit, a button.
Right.
And so, yeah, it was, I took a tree to the thigh. But I went into it full force, in defensive mode because I also, took a hit to my forearm. And yeah, I thankfully didn't break anything.
I mean, so crazy.
Which is crazy, because I heard
Superwoman.
crunches, I heard things, and if the whole mountain didn't hear me yelling motherfucker, then they were in their happy little blissful world and doing their thing. So so I do have the wherewithal and the capability to call ski patrol. I do, they get to me quickly. A cutie stopped and, he was like, do you need help? And I said, well, I just called ski patrol, but if you could go stand out on the run, they're going to be coming for me. And he was like, are you sure I don't need to do anything else for you? I was like, and I didn't have the wherewithal to be like, can I have your number? And he went out and stood on the run. And waved in the ski patrol.
Y'all manifest that shit. She's gonna have met the love of her life after running into a tree.
Apparently, he's a front ranger that was up visiting, according to my friend. And
it's like the what is it, Craigslist post?
Yeah.
You hot guy on skis.
Yeah, I was straddling a tree when you met me.
Me hugging
like
a tree,
wet in the snow.
Tree hugger. You're gonna be like tree hugger in the snow.
And so yeah, they from there, ski patrol came in and took care of things. They pulled traction on the mountain, even though maybe someone should have, mentioned it then, but no one really knew what was going on. They did fucking cut open my bibs.
Damn it.
I'm gonna have to do a fancy patch job there. But I was like, do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, by all means.
And they gave me, fentanyl up the nose is the weirdest fucking feeling you'll ever get, because they're like, do you need pain medicine? And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, we're giving it to you. Yeah. I was like, everything's numb, I can't feel anything.
Yeah, because it was cold. That's the beauty of getting in a cold weather accident.
And so he tried to do an IV, couldn't get a line, and then
it's
like,
here you
go
outside.
breathe in, and it was gross. And yeah, as I'm going, I was like, fentanyl makes the ride down on a sled feel really great. Because they had to, I was in the backside of the mountain. They had to take, or not backside really, but it was a few lifts down, and got to the emergency room. Lots of lots of cute boys on the way, down the mountain going, Megan, you're doing great. You're there. You're awesome. I'm like, as I'm sitting there going, look away.
Yeah, because they weren't supposed to like.
Can't be. Yep. Nope. Nothing. Nope. I was not doing any of that. But y'all know
it's the things that we have to hide. It's so crazy to me.
It's crazy. And so I do have to say, so they're checking me in, and the nurse that was checking me in, they ask you to use any other medications. Do you whatever? And I said I only use cannabis, and she says, oh, you use marijuana daily? I said I use cannabis daily. She says, do you smoke marijuana daily? I said I use cannabis daily.
Come on. Marijuana is not the medical terminology. This is the one time that we could talk about women as females. Let's talk about cannabis as cannabis too.
And she at that point she did halt her line of questioning, and she got what I was saying. But I'm going to put it in my survey. Nothing. She's great. She was great. We ended up talking. It was you know, whatever. But I feel like because it's talked about in a way at the, you know, at this corporate level and at this, it's like, but you're
You
not
know,
even using medical scientific terms. Would you tell someone that, oh, you got a broken rubber bubbly there? No.
one time I did go. One time I did go. When I was in the military. I went to. So there was a staphylococcus infection just making the rounds, just round and round, and I had actually gotten it very many times. It kept showing up. And they ended up like bleaching out all of our community washing machines and all this stuff, right? But they kept putting me on antibiotics, and so when I went in to get, they would have to. We've already done the trigger warning. They would have to like lance some of them because they would just get infected and they wouldn't release. And so then I would have to be on antibiotics while it healed. And one of the pharmacists who gave me my medication said about this particular medication, it might turn my pee pee yellow. And I looked her straight in her face and I was like, "You mean my urine?" And I was like, "Are we in a doctor's office right now?" Like,
Am I 5? I mean, not even pee. You're PP. Well,
yeah.
I have a penis, so it's not what
It might turn it orange, is what she said, not yellow. It's already yellow, but
yeah.
she said turn it orange. It might turn orange.
Level of.
But yeah, like please use medical terminology. If I'm in the doctor's office, is the only time I'm going to find it acceptable for a grown man to refer to me as a female, first of all, and second of all, also, like, let's use medical terminology all the way across the board, not just in the parts and pieces and parts.
And and then that I don't even, we talk about when the difference between using it recreational, it's marijuana, and medically it's cannabis. No, y'all motherfuckers, it's cannabis and cannabis.
We literally grow them in the same room. They just have, in the state of Colorado, they just have different color little identification tags.
And
that's it. They're in the same.
Not for y'all in Missouri. Now y'all got to have it in separate rooms.
Caregivers do.
But doesn't follow along behind the people that are going to bring in.
Yeah.
But I guess if they're all the same people, then they're not going to, enforce that on themselves.
Probably not.
So yeah.
So you didn't die.
Didn't die after a bunch of X-rays later and a bunch of jokes later. I'm alive with now I've got fun medical bills that are going to be rolling in. And I'm alive.
That should not count against you. And credit scores are garbage. It's just stupid. It's just credit scores were invented by these greedy corporate people. Like, anyways, they don't mean anything. They just mean you're poor and these people aren't poor.
Yeah.
And that's what they mean. And anybody can be poor in a second. It just takes one medical bill.
Yep.
That's it.
And so, yeah, well, but it could, they were up until a certain point, we weren't sure if it was broken or not. Right. Even the full traction, it didn't provide me any relief because there was not, I didn't have crushed bones. It was still all right. But what I did here is I went to coffee the next day with one of my girlfriends, and her husband went out, and she said that 2 of the people in her husband's group, one dislocated an elbow and another one did actually break their leg.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, were they on 11? Because while I was laying there in the snow, I could hear all the radios going, and I was very coherent. And I heard someone say, hey, is anyone over by 11? Because we got a, person down with a possible broken leg. And I was like, yay, not the only one.
Yeah.
And everyone laughed.
No, because accidents happen on the mountain for sure. It's a risk. It's a risk you take when you do sports like that, but it's fun to do.
If Yeah.
You take a risk every day when you get behind the wheel of your car. Every single day. There was a really bad accident today I saw on the road. There were like 5 to 7 fire trucks out there at least, plus other emergency vehicles. It's crazy. So, well, I'm glad you lived, because I would not be able to function if you don't. Like, I'm just being real with y'all.
Sister and Carrie and Kat all echoed the same. You can't die on us.
Nah, bro.
A message. And so with that, I am still here because the universe says, all right.
You're already walking without crutches too, so.
I am, and they say 2 weeks to get back to normalcy. But I've been a big fan of sound therapy for a while. I've just recently done more and more actual like utilizing it. And so every night I fall asleep to something, some kind of, there's solfeggio, there's binaural beats, there's, however you want to look it up. Usually they combine and kind of flow together, but I look up the levels of hertz. And so that's how I Googled the things, is that I literally was like, okay. And I Googled physical pain, or I said contusion, for, best hertz for healing, major, physical damage. And it shot back a number, and I plugged it into my, my music maker. And today I woke up and I was able to walk without the crutches, and I can bend my knee a little bit more. Yesterday I couldn't bend it at all, and so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, that's what's working for you for sure.
Combined with cannabis, combined with I'm still doing some small exercises and micro exercises to keep like I can't lose what minimal muscle mass I've got right now. So and yeah, I'm just thankful that nothing was broken and that I didn't have to go
to
or because that was the other when the doctor was like, well, I can't see your images. So the first tech was like, usually breaks jump out, even if there's a fracture. He's like, it jumps out, and he's like, nothing's jumping out. And he's like, I can't say confirmation now. The doctor has to read it, the radiologist has to read it, but nothing is jumping out. And I said, all right, cool. A couple other people came in and just and I think too, again, my level of pain was not what I would expect if I had a broken bone. That, or I'm just super capable of dealing with pain. But or they shot me up with some, I couldn't tell. They documented it all or whatever, but I'm like, they were just trying to stay ahead of the pain. They really did. And they did a great job of just keeping in communication with me. I think I only sat by myself without anyone in the room for like 5 minutes tops. Someone was either checking in on me, or my friend was allowed in the room.
That's good.
And we just, I don't know. She was like saying prayers on the way down. She's like, it's not broken. It's not broken. And then when the doctor came in, he's I don't know if they like plan you for the worst, I guess, because they weren't letting me eat. They were asking me when last time I ate or drank was, and I'm not an alcohol imbiber. I used to be, but a lot of people drink on the mountain, and that's a big facet for why accidents happen too. And so it's I was like, nope, and they're like, really? And they got a kick out of my age too. I think all of them were shaking their heads like, not this person. Is she lying? A couple of them were like, because I when they asked me when I was laying on the ground, they're like, how old are you? I was like, 44. They're like, really? Then they asked me again, like, can you tell us again how old you are?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do maybe like bake some cookies or something and drop them off to the patrollers. Be like, thanks for
me.
Everyone did a great job. Aside from they let my friend take my goggles. And when you're on a sled behind a skier, and behind a snowmobile, you want your goggles.
Okay. Pro tip.
Pro tip.
Pro tip, everybody. You want your goggles. Don't let them take your goggles.
But that's my weekend story. And moral of the story, do not look if you do not want to go somewhere.
Okay. I feel like that's a good life lesson too. I mean, I'm just saying.
Apply it to whatever situation you need to apply it for.
Hey, apply it.
But yeah, what's next?
I guess we can talk about why I'm upset today.
Why is Canada Queen mad today?
So I'm like really not mad. I was like, what am I mad about today? I'm not really mad about anything. First of all, I want to start this story by saying that I'm a glutton for punishment. And also, I feel like I got the best possible response to a question that I asked today. And I was like laughing so hard when it happened. So as some of you know, I jumped on this dating app, right? Just meeting people in Denver. Yeah, I want some like masculine energy around me. I have a lot of feminine energy around me. It's not about sexual encounters. That's the preface you get. So anyways, I went out this weekend, met somebody, talked. Sometimes it was funny. Sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes it was like awkward. You know, when you first meet a person, you get like this quiet, awkward, like little lulls. Sometimes it wasn't, whatever. And there was something that like really, really, really bothered me, but also I felt like it was not done in like a malicious intent. So I was like, give them the benefit of the doubt, right? So like be like, maybe they're just being ignorant, right? So I'm just like thinking that. And moral of the story, don't give men the benefit of the doubt. Don't do that. Just go with that. But anyway, so today I'm like, well, because like there was a mention of like, you know, we could like hang out and be friends and like smoke or whatever. And that's kind of what I'm like looking for. Like, yeah, like concerts, blah, blah, blah. So to start this story, it's not why I'm mad, by the way. It's not at all why I'm mad. I laughed so hard at this. I said, so how do you think that went? They unmatched me immediately. And I was like, me too. I thought that.
But you like,
but also I was like curious. I was like, I mean, does like, I don't know. Like, what do you think? But here's why.
We don't want to communicate. Again, don't want to communicate what I don't want to hear what you have to say.
So this is going to lead to potentially a couple of new segments, but there's a couple of things that in hindsight I saw as like, you should have paid attention to that a little bit more, you know, and like notice that. But here's what I'm mad about is that the subject of transgender came up. And as it might happen in a conversation with me, we might end up talking about the BIPOC community. We might talk about the LGBTQ community when you first meet me, because also like, yeah, I want to know like what you feel about it. Now I'm going to tell this story because it is my privilege to give the benefit of the doubt to somebody that is maybe being ignorant. It is my privilege to do that because I am not a transgender woman. And in fact, being a transgender human is very, very dangerous. It can be very, very dangerous. And so therefore, it is my privilege to even be able to give somebody the benefit of the doubt after having had this conversation and being like, really, like, what just like, I felt like I was a little bit like taken aback, because also, not to excuse my behavior or their behavior, but like we never talked about this particular subject, but previous conversations about other things kind of led me to believe that they were kind of more compassionate. right?
Yeah, the way
And
that
so
they text versus
yeah, they text very compassionately, right? And so I was like, maybe there's just like a disconnect here, because there's just like a misunderstanding of the community, which is and when I think about it and I say it out loud, it's real dumb, because why? It's just human beings being human beings. So anyway, so we're talking, and I mentioned that I really love, I'm really like this. I really want to know everything. Like, if there's something that you're telling me about yourself, and your experience, I'm all ears. There's TMI. What's that? I don't know. Right. So I'm saying that, and I use one of my girlfriends as an example, who happens to be transgender. I said, I have a friend who happens to be transgender. I did not like out my friend or anything, like mention them by name or anything like that, but I said, and then sometimes she'll tell me things, and then she'll say like, that's probably TMI, and I'm like, no, it is not. I'm like, I want to hear it. I want to hear it all, because I'm never going to experience that. First of all, never gonna experience it from what she's experienced, going from a man to a woman as a transgender person. So even if I did at some, even if I was a transgender human, I wouldn't experience it that way. I would experience it from a female to male perspective. And so I want to know everything. So anyways, this brings up kind of the subject of, like the key things that are said that I was able to easily ignore, because we had previous conversations, and I had already had this like compassionate but brash in person in my brain. So like I don't care what other people do. I just don't, like it's not my life, it's not my thing. But it was this kind of like air of, they didn't say don't involve me in it, but there was like this air of don't involve me in it kind of thing. And I didn't really pick up on that right away. But then they told me that they have a relative who is male to female transgender, and they kept misgendering that relative in the story about the relative. And I was just like, but like it was so easy. My example is always, when I was in the military, I got married. I didn't change my name right away, because I was overseas, or I was on detail or orders when right after I got married, and I was thinking I might not change my name, so I was kind of considering anyway. After those orders were completed, I actually got medically discharged on those orders. After those orders were completed, I decided to go change my name, but I still had to show up for military duty, because I was still like under a certain amount of time. I had to do physical therapy. I had all this stuff. So they had to like keep me active duty. And I had changed my name during my medical hold or whatever. And it was zero problem for people who knew me. And we use our last names in the military. For people, it was zero problem at all. For people who knew me, and people obviously who had like met me before I changed my name, and then had to learn a new name like almost immediately. So easy for them to call me by my new last name. My question is, why is it easy for y'all to do that? Is it because you're respecting the man in my relationship?
Whether respect period, that you respect a person versus that you don't, like when people don't want to learn or acknowledge someone's change, then that's just a disrespect of that person. They have okay, I don't, whatever.
Right. And so this was like the major thing for me. Also, like, you're grown and you play Pokemon Go. But anyways, I'm not going to judge you. Do what you do. But like, that was like the big major thing for me. Otherwise, I felt like we had like these other good conversations. So I was like, how do you think that went? And then the immediate like unmatch was like beautiful. But like, here's the thing, at the end of the day, that would have been a big problem for me. I would not have tolerated that at all. So I'm glad that that we unmatched, that you unmatched me. I am a person who gives the benefit of the doubt more often than I should. And I try to consider what other people have been through, why they might behave in a certain way. And again, it is my privilege to do so because I don't live as a human being who is transgender. And so that is part of my privilege. And to my transgender friends and family, I apologize for not just being like, you know what, I'm a match for this reason, because that's what I should have done. I should have just been like, this is ignorant. And it's 2022, and there's no space for that kind of ignorance in 2022. Like, you could literally easily understand people better, or just show some fucking respect that somebody wants to be called something. If you want to be called something, a nickname or somebody else's last name or whatever the fuck, you will be called that because you've asked to be called that. It's just simple respect to say, you know, mistakes happen and sometimes you might slip up, but as a practice, stop misgendering and dead naming people who are transgender. They are human beings. They deserve respect. And if y'all have you know, not a strong relationship, or maybe there's some toxicity there between you and that human being, that's still like no reason to bring in bigoted ideas. Dislike them for their character flaws, not because of something that is, you know, like that's how they feel as a human being. They feel like they're not in the right body, and they feel like instead of being a he, they feel like they're a she or a they, or whatever. And it's just not that hard. It's not that hard to just have some fucking respect for the human condition that we are all in.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can humanize your dog or your animal, then you can humanize a human. Yeah.
Okay.
That. Yeah. And,
okay.
Yeah, and if you do, yeah, okay. So some people, if you accidentally dead name someone, acknowledge it and apologize.
Apologize immediately. Yes.
And and try not to do it again, and understand that you would hate to be called a different name. When someone calls you the wrong name, don't you correct them?
Like nails on a chalkboard, bro.
You know, if someone's like, "Hey, Morgan," I'd be like, "That's not my name. I'm not going to let you continue to call me a name that is not mine," because that's, you know, that's the go-to when they can't understand the spelling of my name. They call me, you know, they make it up, and it's just like,
Farrah Halisa.
Yeah. Sister was asking yesterday, how do you say her whole name? And she's like, Farrah Lisa. I was like, no, Farrah Halisa. You know, and she's like, okay. And I had to spell it because she was looking at the spelling and she was reading it how she read it. Yeah, I was like, bump.
Yeah. And, but I don't even mind that mispronunciation. That's except Farrah Elisa, because it says that's what it says. But like, you know, people might assume that H is going to be silent, which I mean, in normal reality, it should be. But my mother, being who she is, extra, she created this extra. So
my name, it's all right.
But yeah, yeah, if I correct you, then please use as often as possible the correct pronunciation of my name. I had a roommate that kept calling me Felicia. My name is on my checks, bitch.
Felicia. That's how you read that? They're not even the R's in there, huh? They just skipped over those.
When I lived with her, she called me Sarah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been called name. They generally sound somewhere in the name. It's just a mispronunciation. They are either, you know, phonetically reading it differently in a different, you know, whatever. But I don't know.
It was insanely passive aggressive. She would say things like, you can't smoke in the house, but then she would smoke cigarettes in the house and underneath the vent that led to my room.
I would drop water straight down that vent.
I mean, it was insanely passive aggressive. It drove me crazy. I was so glad to get out of there. And then I got to sue her because she refused to give my deposit back. And I did not leave any damage in her home. And yeah. Fun, good times, good times. But yeah, just like but just respect a person's what's his name, the Herschel Walker just announced that he don't even know what pronouns are. Like, so then you should not be running for Senate, sir, because this is simple elementary school shit.
We learned that in elementary school.
And it's not that hard. You can say they instead of he or she. You can say him instead of her. And if you fuck it up, you can say apologies. My bad. I'm still learning. And that's what you can say.
I don't know pronouns. Well, oh gosh. Isn't that just the
Is that who we want to hire for leadership in any of our states? Is that
for any yeah, like because you're either acknowledging that you don't want to acknowledge another human's choice,
mm-hmm.
you know, and feelings, and or you are saying you are dumb as a bus.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like a matter of like, you know, other red flags that I experienced in person with this individual, everything pisses them off. I'm kind of attracted to a little bit of asshole behavior, and in full disclosure and honesty, he kind of reminded me of somebody that I knew in my past a little bit, you know, like, so that was kind of probably a little bit of the hold. What's up? And so that's where my curiosity was held, is like, you know, this is kind of like a reminder. That was really bothersome. Like, everything pisses you off. You're misgendering people. It's just, you know, I don't know. There was a lot of red flags there. There's a lot of that. I will say that on a dating app, a red flag now for me is I'm a really nice guy, or I'm a really great, like, or I'm really straightforward. I feel like I'm really straightforward. I don't know what men experience when they see profiles and what their red flags are, but for me, that feels like a big red flag, because that feels like I'm gonna be an asshole, and I've just already let you know, right?
Yeah. Well,
I'm straightforward.
I
speak my mind.
I'm a nice guy. Like, people already automatically know with that statement that's called a red flag. You have to tell people that you're a good person.
You don't.
You shouldn't have to talk about, you know, give yourself your own accolades or whatever.
I mean, you do have to sell yourself a little bit, fill out the profile.
But like,
these are like catchphrases. These aren't about you. These are just generalizations about what you think people want to hear about you.
Right. No, I like to give back to the community by doing this. That's different than I'm a good person.
Right. Yes. I'm a great guy. But you're probably not. I speak my mind.
Oh my gosh. So
what's happening?
Jumping ahead. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead, and I'm reading something in regard to the shopping list.
Okay.
And it's blowing my mind, but I sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. We don't have to talk about, because we already know some of these already. So but that was just like a big, I'm straightforward, or no offense, guys, but maybe I'm giving you some pointers. I don't know, but maybe don't put that you're looking for somebody who's empathetic, compassionate, kind. I know you're probably looking for those things, but those are keywords. And you just said that after you told us you were straightforward. So you want somebody that's going to be empathetic to your assholeness.
Yay. I mean, and that, and I think I said it earlier too. It was like, yep, you know.
I said I'm blunt
they're going to hook somebody. They're going to, you know, and they're going to ruin a girl, you know.
Right.
Because they're going to.
I said I'm blunt in my profile. I said I speak bluntly and I smoke blunts, or something like that. In my profile, I just and I don't know, maybe it does come off that way too, like I'm gonna be an asshole, but like literally when I see that in a man's profile, I didn't even pay attention to it in this last profile, but it was there. It was there. All of the things I just said, the empath, the blah 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 blah. And then at some point they were like, you know, people don't like my brashness.
Listen,
not wrong.
you can be
You're
brash,
not
but
wrong.
it's another to just be a straight dick. Like,
Right.
one thing to being straightforward is one thing. Being a straight dick about, you know,
You can be straightforward and kind at the same time, but I don't think a lot of people understand that. And I think that when they get labeled like as an asshole, which by the way, this person said that they were one, and I just agreed with them. So that could, I don't know. But like you are.
Yeah.
But like you are, you can be honest about how you feel about things without being disrespectful to people,
without being disrespectful,
without being rude, without, you know, like putting people down, those things. But like I said, the biggest reason for this story, and like the main reason, the reason why is Canna Queen mad, to answer that question, stop misgendering people, stop calling people stuff. And not even just transgender people. We have a friend who actually changed their name because they've never been comfortable with their name, and they're a full-grown fucking adult, and they changed their name. And I will be honest, I'll be as honest as the next person. I thought it was weird at first. I was like, that's weird. But also, that's what she wants to be called. That's what I'm going to fucking call her. You know what? People call me Canna Queen all the time. People call me Queen all the time. My mother did not call me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people can do that for me, I can do that for the people that I love, regardless of whether or not I understand their reasoning, because that's not for me. It's none of my fucking business, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, it's none of your fucking business why this is their life. It's their life. Is it harming your life? Is it putting something in your life that's uncomfortable? No, it's not. It's not changing your life at all. Yep. It's maybe making you uncomfortable in your brain. But like, show some fucking respect. Don't misgender people.
Listen, my family called me Rudy for a good period of my life because one time I was rude to my sister and she said, rude, you're being a Rudy rude. And then from then on, they all fucking called me Rudy for the longest fucking time until I was like, y'all need to stop. You know? Same way. Yeah. Like, and don't change my you automatically change my name to a nickname because you wanted to call me that, but like, and I had to stand up for myself.
Yes.
I don't want to be called that anymore. I am a teenager now. You come up into my into my social circle and you're like, hey Rudy, and they're like, why do they call you that?
Now I have to explain that I was an asshole to my sister when we were 5.
Or
Fuck like, all the way off. Here's the thing too. Here's the thing too.
Funny enough, my safety patrollers were my sister's name and my nickname. So.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's interesting. So here's the thing too is, and I don't know if this person's ever going to listen to this at all, and I don't care, but here's the thing. If anybody that is steadfast on this fucking, it's not, you know, whatever, I don't understand it, so I'm just going to call them the thing that makes me feel comfortable. It's not fucking about you, first of all. Second of all, do educate yourself, because literally native populations have had 2 spirits, and that's,
thank you.
This is, and also those, it's a lot of people from, like, of course it's boomers, whatever. Okay. Boomer, whatever. But when it's a Gen X or an older millennial, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? We grew up with David Bowie. We grew up with Prince. We grew up with Boy George. We grew up with, like, Twisted Sister. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You can't fucking accept like, this is a... It's not your life. It's not changing your life in the least.
But yes, but this is what the LGBTQ community has been battling for their whole fucking lives, right? For as long as they've been allowed to, even when they weren't, like, but this is what they've been battling. And so we're still making it this hard, this much later. Like, people, you want me to accept you for being a dick, but you can't accept me for,
But you can't even call them the right gender that they've asked you to call them.
So...
It's clear that anyways. Okay, so moving on.
Moving on.
Don't
But we
misgender
are
people.
talking about doing that as a new segment. Y'all, let us know. Do you want to hear about swiping left and why you should swipe left?
I was thinking that we could read, we could read like 5 profiles, and then y'all could decide whether or not we swipe left or we swipe right.
Maybe,
So,
maybe something we gotta, maybe we'll test it out running
like
it.
maybe like once a month or once every couple of weeks, we'll be like, hey, we're going to throw this segment in and we're going to just go through 5 they have to be profiles because some of these people don't fill out their profiles until we get bored with it, and which could happen any moment now, honestly. And then based on the profile, not based on how they look or anything else, just based on their profile alone, do we swipe left or do we swipe right? I think it would be very interesting. We could play.
I guess we should put together our because I don't have. I mean, I did the dating app thing for about 5 minutes. I got so overwhelmed with messages that I was like, I can't do this. I can barely keep up with my people that I want to keep up with, let alone with some of these yahoos. So I did it only for a minute, enough for me to realize that's
how long I do it.
Yeah, that's not what I needed for my life, for myself right now.
Frustrating.
And yeah, so I'm living vicariously through all of my married, dating, and partnered up peoples, because I am just looking for companionship and my job and our this is my relationship, this and you and the business, and this is this is where I have to direct my energy and attention if I want it to
I'm just trying to meet people in Denver and like occasionally have a +1 to parties and concerts that my primary partner does not have interest in joining me or cannot because of work purposes or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing it. And actually you connected me today with somebody that has some promising energy for things like that. So I'm super excited. And yeah, it's just a good time. Anyways,
and he'll have more
other connections. And that's what I'm like, I want to connect with somebody that's in the like that can be in the scenes with me and like introduce me to other scenes, and like that's what I'm looking for. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming up, and I would like to pause for a moment for a commercial break because you guys, we have the best place for you to go buy your Christmas presents. Hold on, I'm going to show you. We have the best place for you to go buy your Christmas presents. It is right here. Okay, I'm going to go to it. Can you see it?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Okay, you can see it, right?
Yep.
Great. I'm going to actually make a big, let's see if we can make it big. There we go. You guys can't see us, but hopefully you can hear us.
I think you can. I can hear you.
Yes. Good. So if you go to queenkittyseltzer.com, you will find that, let me just go to the top of this. You will find, here's our homepage, and this is just a little bit about us, talks about our seltzers that we have available right now, talks about us a little bit. And then we have a Pop This shop where you can get any of the Pop This flavors. We are sold out currently of bubblegum burst, but you can get your Pop This flavors. We recommend ordering 8 instead of just 4 to get your money's worth out of your shipping. We do have Lemon Kiss and Nearly Naked available for purchase. And there are only 6 states that we cannot ship to.
Oh, we need to put that on.
Actually, let's put that on there.
I have that list I need to update with, but
so that's Hawaii, Mississippi, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Iowa, and Idaho. And then here are some of our merch items you can purchase. There are some low cost items such as our Queen Kitty cork back coaster. And then we also have these joggers for $40 here. We have pins starting from $3.99. So the prices vary in range in here. And so did some of the items. We're constantly trying to add new items and variety for you guys. So yeah, check out our shop, make some purchases. We got some really cool stuff up here. This is all designed by MJ. Woo!
It's been fun. Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff. Now we got that hoodie that we wear often. It's a great hoodie. I really love it. Oh, I love this little pet tank top right here. We do have a Christmas ornament available. We have the kimono available, which is really awesome. And some hoodies. We have the big tots and the little tots available now as well. So just determine which you are. I love that the little tots is a man. It's a whole man. Little tots. He's like, I got tots too.
Got tots too. Everyone has tots.
Everybody's got tots. So we have a lot of good variety here. We have things for men and for women. And yeah, check it out. This backpack is everything. Oh my goodness gracious. I want it so badly.
Got wrapping paper there.
Oh yeah, there's wrapping paper. So get your wrapping paper for your Christmas gifts. Because like we said, the holidays are coming up. Christmas, Hanukkah starts on December 18th. So definitely check out our store and pick up some items for your favorite stoner and support Queen Kitty. You can purchase drinks now too, so that's fun. Pop this kitty, put it in your mouth. Yum, 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 yum.
If you guys are, as you guys are making your holiday purchases this year, kind of, remember to shop local, shop your small businesses, shop your friends' stores and what they're selling. You have friends that make things. You have friends that sell things. You have friends that, whatever. Something that and talk about uniqueness. Like, who wants to walk in and get the same gift that someone you can see at Target,
right?
You know how much they paid for that, and how much thought they put into it because it was on an end rack.
Right.
I'm not saying that you don't love that gift from Target, because we freaking love Target, but
we love Target.
Time and place, when it's
right.
When you are shopping for gifts, make it meaningful. And so queenkittyseltzer.com. I was going to say, I was looking at the, what does December celebrate, national holidays aside from, Christmas and Hanukkah and the holidays and
Kwanzaa.
In Kwanzaa. Of course, it's Eggnog Month. It is Hand Washing Awareness Month, y'all. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
That time of year where everything is going around, all the COVIDs, all the,
make sure your kids are washing their hands too.
Make sure your kids are washing their hands and knowing that when they scrub their face with it, that they should probably go hit some sanitizer or whatever it is also Read a New Book Month. And with that, I'm going to push our girl, Christina, who is an author. And I would go to her, like, I have her books downloaded on Google Play. You can read them digitally. And I volunteered us to help her do the voiceover readings of her books. So, just FYI, that's out there.
Okay. All right, then.
And but we'll post those links in the closet. So certainly hit up our socials and again, support your friends. I
want to shout out the Cloud9 head shop in Durango, Colorado. Also, Weed Got Style. If you guys want some like cannabis boutique clothing and apparel, that's a good place to check out. There's lots of local vendors in and around your area, I'm sure. So definitely check them out. Definitely check them out.
we're gonna get our locations up that are selling Queen Kitty in your areas. We'll get that added to the solo and to the website as well. But Durango, you've got a ton of locations. Hit them up. I think I have a poster for it somewhere.
Yes, you do.
And then the mountains. I gotta make some rounds here and get some more out. But what else do we got here?
I saw this thing. This is what made me think that we should talk about this today. I saw this like accordion box on TikTok today, and it was just like it looked like it broke apart. It doesn't break apart, it stays together, but it was just like a little box, but it was like an accordion situation, and in every little spot there was a joint in every single one of them.
Yeah, it was like a little hidden. It was kind of like the cases that we carry on, but really cool. Like it was
like you could break it like a Kit Kat.
Yeah,
open it like a Kit Kat
or a Pez dispenser, right? Like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of
magic.
Right.
So yeah, we've done last season we did a couple days of like, hey, don't forget about, if you really want to buy a quality gift for you, the stoner toker patient in your life, there are some great options. And again, visit your local head shops, visit your local, find out if your favorite creator makes something, that you want, and we'll personalize it or customize it.
Yes.
There's so many different things. These AI pictures going around and whatnot of
so weird. I'm not participating.
One, I made a post today. It probably got, shadowed or whatever, but basically, they're data mining you, whatever that means to you as a person who does socials and whatever, is that you don't know where this data is going to or what they're getting from you. And also it's hurting your artist friends.
Yes.
That a computer is getting paid or a company or a corporation is getting paid, for you to have these AI images generated. They are pilfering your socials. They're going through your stuff, past, present, future, like they're thinking for you. They are. And, your digital artist friends would love to make some renderings of you. Hit them up. If you want to commission a piece, it would mean so much more to them. And also coming back to you, pick an artist. If you want something for your pets, I've got friends who do commissions for painting, for hand drawing, for even digital artists that can do the work for you, where where it's coming from. They are personalizing it for you. Hit up your digital artist friends as well.
Yeah, they already do that, but they're like getting, I don't know. I feel like when these things pop up, it just gets more and more. They get more and more from you.
Yes, they can start using your images and your likeness for things. They're already collecting numbers. They're already collecting that. And again, thinking for you. When you think about a product, it's because there's something already. I listened to a TED Talk.
I was talking to a friend yesterday, and they were saying we talk about this in terms of ideas. So in terms of ideas, generally speaking, I believe that we communicate through our brainwaves, and I don't think that we're as good at it as we've had potential to be as a human race in the past, because we have this technology attached to us as well, and it's just continued to evolve in that stream.
Block our connections,
right, and blocks our connections, but we connect in these different ways through technology. So now we're using technology instead of what we have naturally. Anyways, point being. So they were saying that they had this great idea, and they were talking about it to somebody on like in Messenger, but like in a messenger situation. And then it wasn't even the person that came with the idea. The person that came with the idea was somebody that was like separated by several, degrees, whatever. And they just out of the blue came to this. So here's what I believe that ideas are released, and then they have to go somewhere. They can't just stay stagnant here in the air. So in the past, the somewhere that they went was through our brain connections, through our brainwave connections. Somebody else would grab that idea out of the sky, right? Whatever, or word of mouth, or however it happened. But like, there's this connection that happens, and that's so somebody else comes and does it before you get a chance to do it, because you've spoken this idea or you've put it out, and didn't do work on it, didn't make it yours, like you let it go. Yep. We do that now by talking too close to our electronics. So if you have an idea that you don't, because like you do, you have this idea that you don't want anybody else to do, you want to do it. Yep. You don't ever talk about it. Never. She never talks about it. They've talked about it one time. They talked about it without any electronics around at all. They don't talk about it at all. And we were saying that. We were saying, like, once you put this idea out, it has to go somewhere. Somebody has to grab it. So technology is now forcing that to happen even faster. Faster.
Here's an example of it. My dad applied to a patent. He applied for a patent. My dad's a mechanical engineer. Back in the 80s, early, late 80s, or whatever, I don't even know. He's a woodworker. He's always making something, building something. And so with his tools, he started to make attachments, and he started to magnetize he got the magnet strips, he taped it to his things, he and then, and so he applied for a patent for this magnetic tool holder on his drill. And because nothing in the world, nothing on the market, we did research and whatever. Patent got denied, but wouldn't you know, it showed up on the shelves a few years later. Exactly that kind of thing. And so patent offices, it's a scary thing, when you're applying for a patent, that's a long process, and they can deny you for things. They can, just say nope. So when you see those commercials who are like, hey, call in and give us your patent, don't do that one.
Yeah. No, because they might deny you, and then
So energy, it is all energy. When we put ideas out there, when I was back, again, I've always been into fashion and this and that, and used to have like a big circle of girlfriends. I was like, oh, we should do like a consignment store and call it My Best Friend's Closet, and each one of us has a closet of our styles, but it's thrifting, and because I love to thrift, and we never did it. Came out to Colorado, and there's My Best Friend's Closet out here. It's a different concept, but and so and that's another thing, is like when we talk about doppelgangers or this and that, is like, there's pockets of energy, that same things are going on. People are having the same, thoughts and connections, and we are connected, but we let technology really get in the way of that sometimes.
Yeah, so. I agree.
But in the same sense, it connects us. There are so many people that I'm connected to now that I would never be connected with. Right. Like if we didn't have technology.
Mm-hmm. And it's still connected with, because like from my time in the military, and there's people I still am connected with because of social media. So I mean, it has its place for sure, but it does also cause some hindrances.
Yeah, it's definitely good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had some items, just like I pulled up the refinery for, so maybe you want to look for some unique items that you can't necessarily find. Honestly, if you go to a head shop, they have a lot of local glass and stuff like that. So I highly recommend that as a Christmas gift. But for those of you like want to think outside of the box for a bougie friend that has everything in cannabis, I found this. I haven't really looked through this too much, but it looked really interesting. This is from Refinery 29. Sometimes they have some cool stuff. And I just figure we could just run through this real quick and kind of see what's going on, see what's trending right now. Yeah,
I've got a couple. I've got that one pulled up, and I've got a couple of others we can, bounce back and forth, or
So this first thing looks like a keychain blunt holder. It's not too expensive. It's like $28. So something that, if you have a friend that, they always have green on them, you can maybe throw them like this little keychain here, stocking stuffer. Say that again.
Is it smell proof?
It doesn't really say if it's smell proof or not. It's just kind of like throwing a picture, an example up here, and then like taking you to the link to purchase it.
It's $30, 28 via Tetra. Oh, it's under $30. It's $28.
Yes, it's painted metal. It's made in China. Oh, I don't know why this.
Pretty. It's pretty. I mean, I like it. It looks like makeup.
Yeah, it looks pretty inconspicuous. You could put like one blunt in there. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's no real reviews or anything on it. It doesn't say if it's smell proof or not.
Not that many things are, unless they tout it as such, I guess,
yeah.
Look at that.
So that's one of the ones. What is this? This is it's a battery. It's just a battery, bougie little battery. If you know somebody that, I mean, I feel like $40 is kind of a lot for a pen battery. It's from Open.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that seems a little expensive, considering a lot of batteries come with, like with cartridge, you get a battery.
Yeah, you get a cartridge. I mean, but if your friend likes, this looks like eggs. It's eggs.
Huh?
It's just eggs.
Oh, I thought it was a flower because this is.
I did too, but it's eggs. It has a little stylus on the bottom. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend this one. That's just me, but
if you, it's there.
This one makes the list again. I think this is a good idea for any friend that likes to cook.
That likes to cook and that likes weed, yeah.
Yeah, if your friend likes to cook and likes cannabis, then by all means, this is a really good option for them. That show also, they were doing things that others were just avoiding or not looking into. So they were using not just butter and oil, but they were using like terpene infusions.
Was freaking amazing. Like they'd open it up and be like,
yeah, it was a crazy pantry. And I really, yeah. So I think, yeah, anything in that realm would be probably pretty good. So probably a good starter too, to their journey. This is cute. It's just a little cookie jar for your friend that likes edibles. So it's just a cute little cookie jar. How much is it? No, absolutely not. Don't buy that for somebody. Listen, make them a cookie jar.
I will. I'm for hire right now.
Make them a cookie jar.
I can make you a cookie jar.
Listen, this looks like just so simple. You could just, there's so much, what you could do is you could like consider, if you wanted to do like this idea, this is a great idea. I think this is a great idea. But maybe like you could thrift something and like repurpose it or whatever, make it unique, make it like a unique, but this is a great idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Or go to one of your local paint shops. They always have something fun like that. And, if you are creative and do like to paint, and, then if you're not, then go buy one.
Yeah, not this one though.
Not saying you have to, but
who has cheap cookie jars? TJ Maxx.
La 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 la.
Candles are always a good buy for your favorite stoner friends. They actually, the candle I like, what is that brand called? I don't have it in here.
I don't know, but queenkittyseltzer.com has 3 candles.
That's true.
2 different smells, 3 different designs on that label. And I think it's less than this one, which is $25. And this one, this says it's cannabis scented. Ours are not cannabis scented.
No, they're not.
They're scented.
These are ours.
But yes, and we did. We went to that local shop. For Kel's birthday.
Yes.
Um, and that was fun. My diffuser's going strong. Like I kept that plug in there, and
Yep.
I popped a hole into it and stuck 2 of the sticks in there. So it does. I could still smell it. I get whiffs of it occasionally, but it's not so potent that I'm like, whoa, because what's that?
Yeah, for
also,
sure.
and then in the little, because it has the little cup that still has, and so I'll take some of my other essential oils and I'll drop that onto it, and so it'll kind of combine it, and then
Nice.
so
That's a good idea.
but that's been awesome. So yeah, there's different ways that was down in Denver.
Yeah, so I bet if you live in a city or close to a city, they probably have something like this, like a candid, like, so you could just make your own. They get a little bit more expensive than $25, but you can make your own, scent it the way you want and everything. Again, this is a good idea, but you don't have to purchase it from this company.
Yeah, we're getting inspired from this article. We are not saying that we recommend these products. We are just simply helping you shop.
So this is a kimono, but I would argue that ours maybe is a little bit more unique and more
should call
fun.
it a smoking jacket. They'd be
better. It did look kind of smoking jacket-ish, but they're calling it a hickory stripe Hanten casual made in Japan kimono. So this one is made in Japan. It's very nice. It's comparable in price to the one you can find on Queen Kitty. But and this one, and our Queen Kitty, actually ours is a little bit less expensive, but also it's thinner. It's got the Queen Kitty design on it. So if you're thinking somewhere in that realm or in that style, that's a great idea too. Also, I would recommend in this instance, Weed Got Style probably has something that might float your boat in this style as well.
Cute. It's it is supposed to be loungewear. It's not sexy wear. It is smoking kimono. Smoking kimono.
Yeah, I like it. It's thick. I want a thick kimono.
Yeah, that's if you have to go outside.
That day we went to the hot tub. Oh my God. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh, gold rolling papers.
Yes. Gold rolling papers.
I have one of the dispensaries I go to, that's the name of they are Golden Leaf, and they do have those available. We're talking about bringing on papers and stuff. So
I was gonna say we're gonna not rolling paper, well, maybe rolling papers, but definitely some cone options, some bougie cone options like flowers and things like that. So keep an eye on our website. Mark it as one of your favorites. Go check it out from time to time. We are talking to companies about bringing something like that on. So some different. So yeah, different kinds of rolling papers. They've got these. Obviously, they have the flavored ones. They have cones as well that you could opt into. It's just a good idea. Ooh, this is
these gold ones. They are hemp based.
They are hemp based, so that's good. So if you are gonna go with a gold rolling paper, I would say go with that shine. So movie night popcorn. I love this. This is amazing. I mean, obviously you could go and do something like this, build your own kind of situation, but like this looks like it's from Amazon. It's unfortunate, but yeah, this looks amazing. I'd be down for this.
This is inspiration. You can things like this. You can go get different seasonings and put together a cool little basket.
Yep.
And probably right around, not for the same price, but yeah.
No, this one seems a little bit inexpensive. But also, like, we have local spices and stuff like that around in Durango. And so, if you wanted to support local businesses that way, you could definitely go check out There's the olive oil shop, which I think that's a national shop, but it is in Durango, but they carry a lot of the local stuff. So, yeah, it's a good idea. I think that's a great idea. I'm looking forward to having an impromptu movie night soon. By myself, maybe. I don't know. The ever classic lava lamp.
Oh my God. To have these in high school. I had 2. I love them.
I had one that was shaped like a bong. So recently, actually, and then the lava started getting all gooked up and stuff. It started happening that way. But yeah, so this could be a good, again, check out your local head shop, see if they have anything like this. Your store, you don't have to order these online. You can definitely go find it out in your shopping. I mean, I feel like Spencer's Gifts always has bong, not bongs, but lava lamps. I wish they had bongs. Okay, so I think we're almost through this list, and then we'll do a would you rather. Maybe we'll do another list maybe the next time. This is just a meditation cushion. There are definitely a lot of options for this, but if you know somebody that is into meditation and yoga and that kind of self work, this might be a good avenue to go down to, somewhere to chill. You know what I would want more than this? There's this human-sized dog beds that they have now. They're like shaped like and everything dog beds, but they're for humans.
Yes.
Girl.
Yeah. They look like human beds, but they're dog sized.
What? They're big.
Yeah.
No, they look like dog beds, but they're human sized. They look like dog beds, but they're human sized.
Oh, no. I was thinking there's now like couches and stuff that are like for dogs.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about, they are already very comfortable. They're already sleeping on my furniture. There's human sized dog beds. There's human, I would prefer that over this, but you don't know what their aesthetic is. So if somebody, this is kind of pricey, $175, but hey, if it's in your price range and in their aesthetic, I say go for it.
Your speakers, price range and aesthetic.
No, I think that was for people. This is
like your dog's gonna lay on that too.
I know. Like, so definitely not a pet owner's house necessarily. Get them a speaker because we like to listen to music. You guys know, y'all are stoners. We love listening to music. We love drifting off to the sounds of a musical meditation or whatever. We like waking up to something that gets us going, a lot of us. So yeah, a speaker would be nice. Doesn't have to be this one, but definitely, again, I would check out your local head shops and places like that. This is kind of cool. This is that houseplant brand. This is the Seth Rogen brand. Mm-hmm. It's a little ashtray, little bougie little ashtray.
That's $150 ashtray. Right?
All of his stuff is very expensive.
Yes, it's
all of it is
green marble.
It's all very expensive.
It's bougie, but it's fun. I've seen some things that are really cool, but
if it fits in your aesthetic.
Yeah, it's a little more expansive.
It's one of those show off pieces. So like, we all have some of them. Like we're like, that's a lot for an ashtray, but yeah, like, but I have stuff that I probably paid too much for, but because of what it's different, it's not the same as everything else.
Yeah, do it to it, y'all. Show if that's your love language of giving gifts, do it to it.
But again, I would say, do you know somebody that locally does stuff like this? And instead of,
I found some badass cigar ashtrays a long time ago for Douchebag X that were at a again like wasn't consignment, but it was a vintage antique store. I just happened to pick it up and like that would be perfect for blunts.
Yes.
Look how thoughtful I am. And then when that motherfucker turned his nose up at it and was like, man, I was like, I can't with you. I can't.
Yeah, like that's rude. Like, but if you know somebody locally that does stuff like this, you know, blessings to Seth Rogen, but he's already rich. So, you know, maybe help somebody else's pockets out. It's up to you, to do it. You know, we got a couple more. This is what I would like for Christmas, if anybody's asking. Also, I need a new record player for my console because my record player is
Oh, look at
old.
that. That is just exactly what you need.
It's exactly what I need. I need a new yeah, I didn't say that. So if anybody that's listening has been asked this question, what does she want for Christmas? I would love a nice new record player, a nice one. It does not have to be Bluetooth compatible, but I would like to be able to hook it up to the speakers in my little 1982 console, whatever year it was, I don't know. But yeah, a record player, because we love music, man. We love music. I have records I can't play right now because of I don't know, former friends being anyways, whatever. It said don't play your records on there. And I listened to
mess
him
your records up.
because it'll mess my records up. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
And then last but not least, of course, socks. You guys, you can't go wrong with socks. You can't go wrong with socks. I'm going to be honest with you. If I get cool socks with like leaves on it or that's like themed in that realm, I'm going to love it. I love socks. I love socks and blankets. I love it. I love it. And we have socks too on our Queen Kitty website. They're Queen Kitty socks, of course. So if you wanted to gift some Queen Kitty socks, they're really cute and really cool. But yeah, socks, you can't go wrong with socks. I don't think. You can find socks that fit everybody on your Christmas lists wants and desires and characteristics and things.
There are shops just made of.
They do. You got somebody that's into dinosaurs. We got dinosaur socks. You got somebody that's into music, some band. We got band socks. You got somebody's into sports. You got sports team socks. You got somebody's into cannabis. We got cannabis socks. Went into the other place the other day. They had little bureaus with drawers with socks that said like you had to open it because it was like not safe for work socks. They're not safe for work socks. You open them up and they say things like fuck off and fuck you and all this shit. Socks are where it's at. Unless Kelly is your person that is receiving the gift, she does not want socks. She said absolutely the fuck not to socks.
I used to be the same way. I wasn't really a sock person. You know, I didn't, you know, especially in Florida, definitely not socks.
No, definitely not.
Ever. I do wear socks here more often.
The floors in Colorado are cold.
I cannot wear socks to bed. I don't know if y'all are the type of people that wear your socks to bed. But if I wear socks and pants to bed, magically in the middle of the night, they will be off. And, you know, like
immediately.
So I don't even start.
My feet are getting hot just talking about this.
Like I have socks on right now and my feet are annoyed, but
right, that's
off, then they're gonna be cold. So I'm gonna go with annoyed over cold today. If I have a blanket, then I choose blanket over socks.
Yeah, blanket all day long over socks. Socks mess with my anxiety. Oh well, I mean, you don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah, my niece, she's like, nope, she doesn't like, it's a sensory, I don't know if it is a sensory thing for her. She definitely can't have a seam in her socks. If, you know,
I get it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
no, I get it.
I totally get it. I hate waistband pants right now. So,
I mean, just in general, I feel like a waistband pant is not your friend. I would definitely not, on purpose get you like severe waistband pants, like anything that doesn't stretch.
Yeah, super cute dresses and skirts. I mean, I don't even like dresses that have like an elastic in the waist. I'm like, nope, I don't need that.
I was thinking, how is it gonna stay up? Like,
well, yeah, because, but yeah, when it has like a cinch or whatever.
Said flip flops. Here's my only thing about flip flops: get a sturdier shoe, a sturdier open shoe, because those are not good for like your feet are never. Anyways, there's a whole thing. So I'm gonna work on reaching out to a few people on tomorrow to try to get us a guest on here on Wednesday to have a conversation about Missouri. But if not, we will have things to talk about. So don't worry. We will also most likely in the very near future, if not on Wednesday, then the following Monday, have another conversation about some great Christmas gifts that you could consider for your favorite stoner. You guys, we're gonna do a would you rather before you go, but yeah, thanks for sticking in with us. What's up, Jen? Thanks for joining us. You got here in time for the would you rather. I have a good one today too. It's a pretty good one. And so here we go. Would you rather? Oh gosh. Would you rather? Dang it. I have like 3 good ones. Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or be able to read minds? Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or be able to read minds?
I can already read minds. I'm going to go with teleport.
I mean, I'm very intuitive, although I don't listen to my intuition all the time because I'm also traumatized. So I'll always think that it's I always don't think it's my intuition. I always think it's something else. It ends up being my intuition. I'm gonna have to go with teleport too, because first of all, it's something I talk about often with a friend of mine, but also I just like to travel. So I just want to be able to like zoop, go to Europe and hang out.
Yeah.
Zoop, go hang out on a beach in Greece, you know, whatever, go to Jamaica. Like I want to teleport. I want to go to all the places. And if I can teleport in, I can teleport out. So, you know, if shit gets a little shaky, we just fucking bounce.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an agreement. I don't need to know whatever. I don't need to.
Could you imagine too being able to like be in a place and then not want to be there anymore and just be like, don't even say nothing to nobody. Just bounce the fuck out. Just where did she go? She teleported home.
What do they call it? Everyone calls it a different goodbye, an Irish goodbye.
Yeah, where you just leave and don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
I don't know. Yeah, I would be about it. I would be about it. I already know what you're thinking. I already know what you're going to do. I have prepared for it for weeks because I've seen it coming. And I just give you the benefit of the doubt to act differently. And then when you don't, well, there it is. I already knew it was happening. So teleportation is where it's at. You'd be able to visit people that you haven't visited in a while. You know, things like that.
Yeah.
Would you be able to not visit places where you shouldn't go, though? Like for me, I'd be like, I'm going to go check this place out.
I guess I feel like too is like, I don't know.
I wonder how it would work. Like, would you have to have a specific address? I know you'd have to check it out, right?
Yeah. 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 Especially if you can like pop out if you don't. Not anything.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah. Parental controls. Oh my God. So funny. You guys, this has been a great show. As always, we have gone over our Monday time limit, but it's because we love you guys and we have shit to say. And so we just say it. But as always, be nice to yourself. Put your mask on before assisting others, please. And thank you. It's important.
Yes. Cultivate love. Bring it to you. You deserve it. Big.
And as always, stay lifted, everybody. We will see you on Wednesday. Oh. I don't know why it cut out early. Yeah, it'll be up in just a little bit. The replay on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Then I'm getting all of the past shows up on Spotify, Apple iTunes, and Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to podcasts. So make sure you check us out, like, follow, share, tell your friends about us, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for hanging in with us today on this lovely December evening. Good night. Stay lit.